Recently on Stalcraft's anniversary we got a brand new Triumph's reward system. We can pick between a worse version of Saturn suit, a degree with a unique skin, a mysterious box with an unknown item, which is rumored to be a 5-slot container with 2.4% movement speed and 15 additional carry weight, but we know nothing about it. And a Legacy Scar L, which is a very interesting 5.56 gun with statistics typical for a 7.62 AR. We can also start with jealousy at the Trailblazer skin for Albatross Heavy Armor because only Russian players got enough coins to buy it. On paper, Scar looks very interesting. We got perfect ammo economy with cheaper and lightweight 5.56 and damage of 7.62. Recoil is also smaller than, for example, in SA-58. We can pick any mag we want, from 30 rounders to even a drum mag. The only problem seems to be the lower penetration that comes with the caliber. Plus, if you're a Scar fan, you might even say that you want this gun because it's sexy. Now, I'm not an American, so unless the gun is a waifu, I'm not interested. Okay, so let's test it, I'm very curious. This is the list of my finished tasks. As you can see, I have already finished the widely hated backlog delivery and wins in arms race mode. But I absolutely hate Yearback 3 and I couldn't be bothered to gather minerals, so these ones are pretty much left untouched. I am not going to force myself to finish all of the triumphs, so the mysterious box is out of the question. I think the easiest way to get all of the remaining coins will be to upgrade some gear and artifacts, so let's just do that. I try to focus on items that might be useful, but 200 upgrades is quite insane, so I ended up wasting tools on some random items that I don't really need. The easiest way to finish the artifact task is of course upgrading some white tier garbage. I don't feel like buying them, so let's just use whatever we gather during the mission. With this, we are officially done with our triumphs. This gun is not available in Stalcraft's damage calculator tool, so I kinda bought it blindly. Let's get it to plus 15 and check the final statistics. When it comes to attachments, we are going for the premium quality. These bad boys from the Attack on Perimeter event are worth around 100 million rubles. I dropped the most expensive Dystonia and the cheapest Red Sclera. I wasn't this lucky with Antithesis Silencer and Trapezoid Sight, so I had to buy them for 25.5 and 22 million respectively. And you know what? The price difference between yellow and red Sclera is minimal, so let's buy the yellow version just for the looks. It costed me 16 million.
Right in time. Thanks.
Some of you might wonder, are these attachments worth the price? And the answer is, putting magnification aside, both the trapezoid and laser sight are pretty much the best in slot options. As for Dystonia and Antithesis, They provide a massive boost to statistics, and I think they balance each other's shortcomings quite well, making it a very good general use set. Before comparing Scar L to 7.62 guns, I tried it quickly in sessions. Honestly, it was a bit disappointing. I felt like only at medium distance I was doing quite okay. But now, knowing the statistics, I could change the parameters in the calculator to manually. In my graph, FM2000 represents our Scar L. It pretty much confirms my first impressions. Scar L lacks damage at close range and completely loses to SA-58. At long range, AK-47 is the best option, and only medium range is pretty decent, but it's nothing crazy. I didn't include Mutant in the graph because it was already cluttered, but it's very solid. Sometimes it's even the best option, sometimes it's in the middle of the pack. And as for magazine options, they are just as cheap and good as for the AK-15. But this is not enough to give up just yet, so of course I had to continue testing the gun. Especially because I'm a bit biased against the 7.62 guns and their high recoil. I played with the SA-58 for quite a bit before, and even at plus 12, I felt like it was pretty solid up close, but overall I just didn't like it that much. And we are talking about a gun that was a king of meta before we got the AK-15, and it remained pretty popular for a long time. My hate for SA-58 was mostly caused by a very unfair choice of extended mags compared to the AK-15. It have recently changed a little bit when I managed to grab a NATO 30 rounder for as little as 1.5 million rubles. It's still not as good as these cheap Russian 40 rounders and ergo mags, but at least now SA-58 was usable without having to spend 20 to 30 million on a mag. What caused the massive drop in price for these mags is a small oopsie coming from Expo. They released something called a special case with drop rates that were a bit too generous. The market was quickly flooded with guns, armors, attachments and even airburst detectors, so I had to test it before they took the case down for the rebalance. And that's it. All I got is this bad mag for VSS. After a while we got cases back with heavily nerfed rates, but since I already had increased rates on them for failing so many times, I had to give it a try again. And no, I don't have a gambling addiction, I just need my investment to finally return some profit. Now that's pretty good. We can sell it for around 30 to 40 million. After playing sessions for quite a bit, I'm still not impressed, but we can partially blame the fact that I was using 2.4x sight instead of a standard 1.5 on distances that were mostly short. On top of that, I kind of realized that I was used to playing with a lot of movement speed in my build, and my aim relies on moving while ADSing, so suddenly jumping into SBA tank with different magnification on my gun, it just felt weird to me. Okay, enough playing sessions, let's jump into the open world. That reminds me, what am I even supposed to do here? Outside of outposts that I can do for the fun of PvPing, I don't really see many reasons to play open world in the first place. We don't get sealed season points anymore, and there is a daily cap on these new tasks. RT hunting is pretty much limited to the first 30 minutes, and after 1.5 hours nothing spawns at all. At least with season points there was always a reason to go and play in the open world. And I don't care if some asshole was stealing my bag just to dump it into his personal storage like some pervert who collects high school girl panties. At least we had some PvP action thanks to that. I tried farming some gammas in the labyrinth, as this is pretty much the only activity left in the game that feels somewhat rewarding. I got some kills, but then I realized that this is the worst place for this gun I could think of. Especially with the sight that I desperately wanted to make work because it's new and shiny. So I had no choice but to go for the outpost. So after testing this gun quite a bit, I feel like it's pretty weak in PvP. It definitely is less noticeable in the open world, but it is still a disadvantage, especially on a close range. The 5.56, however, together with the high damage and excellent mag options, make it nearly perfect for PvE, which might be a very valid concern in the near future since we are about to get access to operations. It's going to be the long-awaited endgame PvE content, with modifiers as the main reward. If the PvP is your main goal, then guns like AK-47, Mutant or SA-58 are going to serve you better. Of course, let's not forget about the AK-15, especially if you want to have a grenade launcher.
Oh shit, what is that?
Did you know that our exclusive first 100 subscribers club is running out of available slots? If you want to be a part of it, now is the time. The membership is absolutely free. See you in the next one. Bye.